What's happening, everybody? It has been a very long time since I've done a Q&A on the channel, and with all the new people that have been subscribed, I know that there have been a lot of questions that you guys have had. So if you ever do want to participate in a Q&A, I usually do them on Instagram and Snapchat. I do have a Twitter. I don't usually go on Twitter. I honestly still don't know how Twitter works, but maybe I'll do a Twitter Q&A one day. I don't know. But anyways, let's get this started. There were a ton of questions, and I want to try to answer as many as I can without making like a ridiculously long video. What are your and Maria's plans for kids? Any plans on having kids soon? Kids when? No, but in all seriousness, we do plan on having kids one day. We're not really sure when, but we do have a lot of things we want to do before having kids, so we're trying to wait a couple years. I don't know. What do you think is the best thing to do when you are hitting a plateau? And what do you recommend on weight training when trying to lose weight? All right, as far as the weight training thing goes, I say focus on weight training and then use cardio as a tool to get through plateaus. So if you are hitting a plateau, let's say that you're like 200 pounds and you want to get to 190 pounds, but the scale is just not moving. I say incorporate more cardio into your routine. Maybe you're only doing 3 days of cardio, maybe you're only doing 4 days of cardio on top of your weight training. And then maybe do 5 days of cardio, maybe even go for 6 days of cardio, maybe go from doing 20 to 30 minutes to 45 minutes on something like the Stairmaster. That's where cardio really comes into play on top of your weight training. But I say always focus on weight training and then go and do your cardio after you lift weights and add in as much cardio as you need to get through a plateau. But you still have to be consistent on the amount of cardio you do. You can't do like 6 days of cardio one week and then the next week only do like 2 days. And other things that you could do to break through a plateau are stuff like carb cycling, and you could just overall reduce the amount of food that you're eating. And I have a video called 90-day cutting guide or something like that. I'll put it right here and I'll put a link down below to it. I had a couple questions about jobs. What do you and Maria do for jobs that allows you the freedom to work out? I definitely want to talk about that. And what is your day job? And what is Maria in school for right now? So I was kind of laughing when the person said, give me the freedom in order to go to the gym. And you have to understand that if you want something bad enough, like I want to go to the gym bad enough every single day, you're going to make the time for it. So I work a usual 9 to 5 job at an office as an administrative assistant. We get up at 5:30 in the morning in order to have time to get up, get ready, let the dogs out, do all that kind of good stuff, drive to the gym, go to the gym, do what we have to do, drive all the way back home, and then have time for me to take a shower and then get to work. And Maria at the moment is in school. She's doing school online for business. So I go to work, she does her school stuff, and then we kind of chill in the evenings. We could go to the gym in the evenings, but I've always found it best. I just like getting it out of the way in the morning. I feel better, my workouts are better, so that's what we do. And then on top of the job questions, I had a few questions about YouTube. Do you see YouTube becoming your career? If so, what will you do differently than what you are doing now? And are you doing YouTube full time yet? So this is the thing about doing YouTube as a job. Now you may see people that actually have less subscribers than me doing YouTube full time and all that kind of good stuff. But there's pros and cons to that. I want to be able to do what I've been doing since I started. Put out videos when I can and when I want to, and I don't want to be forced to put out a video like every other day, because I find that gets very boring and repetitive for a lot of people. And the other thing is, I don't want to have to bug you guys every single video with, hey, go buy this. Hey, this video is sponsored by these people. Hey, this thing is for sale. Use my discount code. And do like product placement and reviews all the time, because all of these reviews and product placements, these YouTubers are getting paid by that. And if you go through my videos, I don't have anything like that. The few things that I will do is like, hey, I'm doing a Teespring where I say if you want to go support me, buy a t-shirt. that stuff just kind of helps me be able to continue doing these videos, continue putting the amount of time that I put into them. But I don't want to get to the point to where I am forced to do advertisements all the time. Like, you guys have no idea how many emails I get from companies that are like, hey, we'll give you this amount of money if you talk about our product for the first 2 minutes at the beginning of your video. I usually ignore those emails, and it's funny because I see other YouTubers that got the same email I did, and they're like, oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna take that money and talk about whatever you want me to talk about. But that's just not how I roll. It's not what I like to do. I like to just produce videos and do this, but do I see YouTube becoming a full-time thing? Maybe, one day. I would love to do this full-time. I would love to make videos, but I want to get to the point that YouTube can be a full-time thing by not having to really change much of what I've been doing for the past 2 years. Just making videos and just talking to you guys without having to bug you with constant advertisements. But, you know, I do have a question, and I would love for you guys' feedback. Down below, post, would it bug you if I would do more advertisement? Would it annoy you? Does it annoy you? Or like, would it absolutely just ruin everything if I would make something like a Patreon account? And Patreon accounts are where like people could subscribe a certain amount of money to you every month to allow you to produce more videos and allow you to do this full time. So let me know down below what you guys think about, you know, advertising and all that kind of good stuff. What's your exact meal plan for a day? Like, I know everyone's different, but when losing weight, what would you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and how often? Honestly, I probably only really eat once or twice a day. I saw a lot of questions about intermittent fasting. I pretty much do intermittent fasting every single day. I'm not really hungry in the morning, so I push my first meal back till around noon, and then I'm usually done eating by about 9 o'clock. So I'll have 2 big meals, and then I'll maybe have a few snacks throughout the day. So I don't really have like a structured meal plan ever. I've never had like, I'm gonna have 4 ounces of chicken at 1 o'clock, and then at 1:30 I'm gonna have a Greek yogurt. I've never done any of that ever. As far as a meal plan goes, I've always just tracked my macros, and I just eat throughout the day, trying to get as many fruits and as many vegetables as I can every single day to make sure that I'm getting my micronutrients, and then I just fill in my macros with whatever I want. I've never had a structured meal plan, and I have never really ever done meal prep. I tried it like for 2 weeks, and I was like, I am so over this. I'm not about to spend my entire day making food, and it wasn't for me. Now, meal prep does work fantastic for some people, but I've always just like tracking my macros and eating whatever I want every day. Now, this question was pretty interesting because it was me. Like the mom that is describing her son in this question was me, and she says, do you have any advice for a mom of a teenage son who is very like how you described yourself to be in some of your videos? By sheer luck, he isn't overweight. Now let's just pretend that he was overweight. He doesn't socialize, though strangely still does have friends, has gave up on all sports, and would literally sit in his room 24/7 and play Xbox if not for the fact he has to be dragged out of bed to go to school, where he also has no motivation or focus. I feel he has given up on life, and like I failed him as a mom. Okay, because you can just replace Xbox with like computer games, because that's what I used to do as a kid, do not feel like you have failed as a parent, in my opinion. I was a rough child. You know what? Let's call my mom and see if she has any advice. Even though she's probably still mad at me for getting a tattoo. So we'll see what she says.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
I think she's still mad at me. Hold on 1 second. 1 sec. Okay, so I was just calling to ask you a question.
Ask me a question.
So I'm recording a video for the YouTubes, and I'm doing a Q&A, and a mom asked me for some advice onto what she should do if she had a son, if she has a son like I was, you know, didn't want to do anything, just wanted to play video games, didn't care about life, hated school. So what advice would you give, or did you do anything with me?
Beside losing all sanity, if I had to do it over again, I would slap the hell out of you every day.
Okay, without being abusive, Mom.
Oh, I can't be abusive?
No, I don't think you can.
I lived in the church, to be honest, and that was my only sanity. And I'd go home every week, or if I went to daily mass, and I was ready to start a new day with you. And if you want to know the truth, that's how I got through it.
So did I just magically change one day? What happened?
You grew up when you were 23, and I saw a human coming out in you.
So until 23, it was just get through it.
Just hell. Yeah. But I loved you every day.
Did
and
you?
There wasn't a day I didn't love you.
Well, that's good.
I did. I loved you every day.
All right. I love you too, Mom. Do you still love me?
I love you too. Even though you got a tattoo, I still love you.
Okay, good. That's what I needed to check. Okay. All right. Bye, Mom.
Bye, babe.
Do you take any supplements? If so, what all do you take, and do you need to take them to get a maximum out of your workout? I've said in many of my videos that you do not need supplements. For the first, I'd say like 2 years of working out, you don't need to take anything, because a supplement is not going to cause you to make this massive amount of gains or anything like that. You need to focus on sleeping, your workouts, and your food. And a supplement should be the last thing on your mind. However, do I take supplements? I will say a very few things that I take. Number one, I use creatine. Creatine has been proven in many studies to be proven to work. And that's the kind of supplement that I would look for, are things that have been in multiple studies and that are proven to work. But one of the few things that I do use is a pre-workout. Like I said, wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I like to just have a little bit of a boost in the morning to get me into the gym after being so tired from waking up so early. That's really about it. I don't really look at like protein powder as a supplement anymore. Like I've said in many of my videos, protein powder is food. If you need help hitting your protein goal, then go buy a protein powder. It's not gonna make you lose weight. It's not gonna do anything like that. But just look at protein powders as food. If you were to buy equipment for a home gym, what equipment would you start with? All right, since this is a question directly to me, the thing I would start with is a squat rack with a barbell, weights, and a bench. And I'm set. If that's all I wanted to have for a home gym was a squat rack with those things, I mean, you could do squats with that, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press. You could hang from the top of it and do pull-ups. So that's what I would start with. However, a lot of people were still wondering, when I first started losing weight, I was doing home workouts, but I was doing P90X, and all that is like some dumbbells and a pull-up bar. So I did P90X for a very long time, and I honestly saw great results from P90X. So I never knock those home workouts, because if it's what gets you active and gets you moving and you enjoy it, go for it, as long as you find something that you like. I really like this question because I connected with it, and it was, how does it feel to sit without your stomach being all in the way? I'm trying to lose weight. I cannot tell you how many times I would be in school. So my old college campus, they would use these old school wooden desks, and I didn't know what to do with my stomach, because I would try to slide into the desk, and I either had to flop my belly on top of the desk, push it below it, or kind of just squeeze it in the middle, and it was always so annoying, especially when someone would come into the class and take the desk that I'd always sit at, because it was the most comfortable and it would like give me room with my belly and the desk, and then someone would take it and I'd have to like go into the back of the room and like squeeze into this tiny little desk and kind of just sit there all huddled like, man. So how does it feel? It feels real good to not have to worry about my not being able to fit in chairs anymore. Did you get bullied when you were a kid? If did, how did you deal with it? Yes, I did get bullied a lot. I actually have a very long video on my channel called Growing Up as an Obese Kid. Many of you have probably seen it. It's one of my most viewed videos. And I talk about getting bullied all throughout my childhood, especially in middle school. Middle school was awful. Kids just like to pick on me and punch me and throw me around and stuff. And I don't know, I didn't really deal with it. In middle school, I dealt with it terribly. You know, if someone would mess with me, I would do what you shouldn't do and be like, oh, don't make fun of me, and like scream back at them, which would make things worse. So what I would definitely suggest you doing is just ignoring them. And if they don't get a reaction out of you, it's not fun to bully you. So if you don't give them a reaction, they're probably gonna leave you alone pretty soon. But how it ended for me is when I was in high school and like my junior year, I got really tall and I was already really big. So now I was the real tall, big kid that no one wanted to mess with. So that's how it all stopped for me. How close / far are you from your end goal? Thanks for being such an inspiration. That's a difficult question. I don't even know really how to answer that because I don't really have like an end goal. I guess the biggest end goal I could have is to be, I want to be around like 200 pounds lean. I want to be around like 200 pounds at about 12% body fat. And honestly, I don't know, maybe 2 years of continuing to build muscle and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But even after those 2 years, I will still make another end goal and another end goal. I'll always have something that I want to improve on. There's always gonna be something I want to do better. If it's getting stronger or working on a lagging muscle group or something like that, there's always gonna be something that I'm gonna wanna do. So as far as an end goal, I don't know. I don't know if I can have one. Okay, so I think this video is gonna be like really long. So we're gonna go ahead and just have a speed round. As many questions as I can, as quickly as I can. Let's go for it. How old are you and Maria? I'm 26, she's 24. Generic question, what is your favorite exercise to do in your workouts? I love deadlifts. Ben, what helped you shut out the partying and hanging out with friends? World of Warcraft. How do I determine what my macros should be for weight loss? This video. Would you compete in bodybuilding? I'm not gonna say no, but I have no plans to compete. Are you a keyboard? Cause you might type. Oh. Sup, girl? Do you need the gym to lose weight? This video. I'm intimidated by the weight room and have no idea how to use any of the machine's free weights. What is the best way to start creating a workout designed for weight loss? This playlist. What are your thoughts on home workouts and DVDs? This video. Is that wrong of me to just be linking instead of answering the questions? I just know that I can go in much more detail in the videos that I already have. So if you ever do have a question, search Fat Meets Fire and then like a keyword to your question. The video will probably come up if you want to hear it from my perspective. Do you eat before working out? Usually no, I like to go to the gym really early in the morning, so I don't usually eat before I go to the gym, and I actually feel better working out fasted. I'm struggling with the motivation to start my weight loss journey. How do you start, especially with knowing what to eat? I feel like so many people worry about what to eat. Can I eat this? Can I eat this? Is that right to eat? Stop worrying about really what to eat and pay attention to how much or how little should you be eating. What is the best way to recover after a workout? Sleep and food. There's no real other way. Make sure you're sleeping, food, and make sure you stretch and do all that kind of good stuff after you work out. Hey Ben, I'm one of your followers from India. I wanted to ask how to eat whatever we want and still lose weight. You don't. You don't eat whatever you want. If I wanted to eat whatever I wanted and still lose weight, I would have never lost weight because I like food a little bit too much. So you don't. Do your best to fit foods in moderation that you really like, but overall you gotta be in a caloric deficit in order to lose weight. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A video. I hope I answered your question, and if I didn't, I will do Q&A videos down the line. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Snapchat because that's usually where I do them. Maybe I'll do a secret Twitter Q&A. Probably not, but still go follow me on Twitter because Twitter, I don't know. I just don't know how to work Twitter. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. If you're still watching, please do me a favor, go on down, drop a like on the video. It lets me know if you guys enjoy these Q&A videos, that you want to see more and all that kind of good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.